Hey guys, Ramen King here with another cozy game review. This time we're going to be reviewing the PC version of Fae Farm. Big shoutouts to Phoenix Labs via keymailer.com for providing me with a game key. I've been really excited to play this game since it was introduced in one of the Nintendo Directs earlier in 2023, and I'm so excited to share my thoughts with all of you after finally getting to play it. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Fae Farm's story starts with our main character finding a message in a bottle stating that the author's island is in need of help. Being our adventurous self, we decide to venture out to the island via our boat. However, we're met with perilous waters and whirlpools that shatter our boat to smithereens. Luckily, we've already made it to exactly where we needed to be, the land of Azoria. We then meet the author of the letter, who just so happens to be the mayor of Azoria, named Merritt, who goes on to describe the numerous issues that plague the island between whirlpools, blizzards, erupting volcanoes, and items that have come to life through magic called jumbles. Our path is laid out for us, and it's now up to us to help the island and discover what magical wonder awaits. Fae Farm is a farming simulator slash RPG with gameplay elements seen in other games like Rune Factory, Stardew Valley, and Animal Crossing. You can farm crops, raise animals, capture and fish for critters, engage in combat in the different mines, and become friends or romantic partners with the local villagers. The progression of the main storyline is heavily reliant on the farming, mining, critter catching, crafting, and combat aspects. Aside from those, you'll pretty much be playing delivery boy the whole time. Almost every mainline quest, from the small menial ones to the big dungeon clearing ones, require you to either gather or refine resources. Get me this, get me that. Everybody's so needy. Because of this, and unlike most farming games, this game actually requires you to upgrade almost all your tools at the same time in order to progress to the end of the story, as quests will ask you to gather higher leveled resources that require better tools. If you're solely playing through the main story, you can expect to spend a significant amount of time in the dungeon mines and engaging more in combat and mining for ore than most anything else. Both the story and general objective of the game itself is easy to follow and is non-complicated. So you get to the island, you locate these large and magical beings at the bottom of the dungeons that are creating the natural disasters around the island, and every time you find and give them the items that they require, they help you, or rather you help them, stop the natural disasters that they've caused. Rinse and repeat this a couple times and boom, island saved. General gameplay is very decent. Movement feels fluid and platforming feels great. Tools are contextual, and is supposed to make your life easier with less inventory clutter and less manual tool switching. So if I'm in front of a tree and use my action button, it automatically swings an axe at the tree. If I'm in front of a rock, it switches to my pickaxe and mines the rock. The only tools that you switch between are the wand, your farming tools, the bug net, and the fishing pole. While the contextual farming tool feature is nice and does its job for the most part, I've found myself in some really annoying situations because of it. Such as, when I only have enough stamina to do one thing, and when I try to save that one thing for something like logging a tree with my axe, my character will turn and accidentally cut a tuft of grass with the scythe instead, even when I've got my interaction cursor on the tree. The game also has a really weird feature where if you have anything that isn't your farming tool selected, sometimes it will default back to your farming tools in certain situations, such as when you swim. The worst part of this is that sometimes you'll expect to have your wand out because you know it's what you've selected last, but the game will for no reason randomly decide to default back to your farming tools, and then you get hit by the enemy, and then you end up dead. This feature has screwed me over so many times, and unfortunately, there's no option to disable it. Just like other farming games, Fae Farm does have a day-night cycle. During the day, you have the ability to plant crops, take care of animals, catch fish, catch bugs, decorate your farm, and my personal favorite, find recipes scattered across the land. Once the clock strikes midnight, the day automatically ends, and you're automatically teleported back to your house. The game also has an almanac that lists all the critters and recipes you've collected in the game. This is a great feature for the critter collectors and completionists out there, and tends to be pretty cozy and chill while filling it out. Fae Farm also has a pretty big NPC cast, which is really cool and offers a lot of variety between the main town in Azoria and the Fae Realm. However, there are a few things that I was taken aback by. All the NPCs have names and aren't generic no-namers. Each of them have their own roles, usually a shopkeep in the game, but for some reason a bunch of them are unfriendable? There's like 30 plus NPCs and only half of them are friendable and 6 of them are romanceable. Like, why can't I be friends with Holly the seed seller? She seems pretty cool. The dialogue also leaves much to be desired, as certain things are repeated and unchanged even when boosting friendship levels, making me feel like I am just talking to a generic no-namer NPC. Next, I didn't play much multiplayer, so I can't really speak much on it. However, the one time that I did play multiplayer, every time we entered a dungeon, my friend would get automatically sent back to the mayor's house for no reason at all.
I hear the Shadow Realm's lovely this time of year.
While I can't say this speaks for the entirety of the multiplayer experience, this was unfortunately my experience. The game's art and graphics are nice. Azoria is very colorful, full of life, and easily navigated. The characters are all cute and the faces are very simplistic, while enemies are very cool and creative looking. Most of the music is soft and gentle and occasionally gets stuck in my head. I really like the dungeon theme. It sounds so mischievous. There isn't much voice acting, and most of the voices you do hear are just gibberish. There aren't actually any words being said, and are more so a person imitating baby babble. Try saying baby babble 10 times fast, and there you go. You've mastered the voice acting. Overall, the game does have its shortcomings and glitchy hiccups here and there that made me grumble under my breath a bit. However, I really enjoyed playing it throughout its entirety, and recommend it for people looking for a game that's relaxing to play and loves the farming grind. I also suggest playing this game slowly and enjoying the side quests and critter collecting, as playing through the game's storyline alone felt more like a grind than an adventure. As always, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this review, make sure to click that subscribe button and toss me a like, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of Fae Farm, and I will see you all in the next video.